Hi, welcome to Hertford Regional Hospital. We're so glad that you're going to be joining our team. My name is Will, and so I'm going to tell you a little bit about our LIS, or Laboratory Information System. So what we were looking for when we were picking our LIS, we wanted it to be useful and effective for COVID-19 testing. Our lab primarily does COVID-19 testing. That is our main purpose, and so it was essential that our system would be able to effectively and usefully handle COVID-19 data and results. We wanted to have a quick initialization and setup time. We wanted to be able to get up and running really quickly. The need for COVID testing exploded very rapidly, and we wanted to be able to respond to that need in our community. And so it was really important that the system would be able to get up and running quickly. We wanted to be able to integrate with other systems as well as our Abbott analyzers that we use. The system that we did end up choosing integrates very well with other systems and also is able to integrate with our Abbott analyzers, allowing us to do more testing with our respiratory panel. So it should be specialized for a lab focused on COVID-19 testing. The system that we chose specifically was created for COVID-19 testing in response to the pandemic. And so it is definitely specialized and very useful specifically for our lab and what we do. And then lastly, we wanted to be able to report COVID-19 versus influenza or RSV in the respiratory panel that we use in our Abbott analyzers. And so like I mentioned before, the system is able to integrate with our Abbott analyzers, and so we are able to report the presence of influenza and RSV as opposed to COVID-19 through that panel and in our LIS. So the one we chose is the LabVantage LIMS, and so this is what we use to report and store all of our COVID data, our results. It tracks our consumables. It tracks patient symptoms, patient histories, and so it's really an all-encompassing LIS made specifically for COVID testing. It is heavily catered to what our lab does, and so it works very well for us with the specificity and the size that we have. And so we wanted to choose an LIS that was already made for COVID testing rather than add our own COVID testing to an existing LIS, really just for simplicity's sake. Making one or using one that was made specifically for COVID-19 testing is just much more useful than trying to add our own testing onto an existing LIS. It's much less work for us. It's much more streamlined and easy to get up and running. So this LIS that we chose is very easy to integrate. It can be integrated both with our pre-built Abbott analyzers as well as other systems that I'll mention in a minute. But yeah, the importance for it to integrate with our Abbott analyzers means that we, like I said before, can interpret the results for RSV or influenza and report those through the system rather than only being able to report COVID testing. Another cool thing about this system is able to be integrated both physically and in the cloud. And so that allows both for duplicate storage data, but also allows for quicker setup time. One of the things that we wanted was a quick turnaround time to get our lab set up, to get the system set up and running. And so being able to do that through the cloud means you don't have to wait for physical installation for the LIS. And so yeah, we were able to get up and running much quicker even before the system got put in physically. So like I said, it can be integrated in less than 4 weeks. It's great for us responding to the need for COVID-19 testing, responding to just really the large numbers of testing, the large patient volumes that people have been seeing in response to the pandemic. It can also integrate with multiple other systems like EMR and HER or HL7 or XML. We don't personally use those systems. Those are just listed on the LabVantage website. But the versatility is encouraging, just knowing that wherever we go as a lab in the future, that we can be confident that what we have, the system that we already have in place, will be useful moving forward. It won't become obsolete. We'll be able to use that with whatever we do in the future. A couple other benefits of this system. It's new and modern. It was just made last year in response to the pandemic, and so it's user-friendly. It's easy to pick up. The newest LISs, while it takes some time to get used to them, are always usually the most easy to pick up. Also, I mentioned the consumables earlier. the number of consumables used for the system is scalable for the patient population. That's great for us. We have a smaller patient population, and so the fact that we can scale our consumables down to more efficiently and effectively serve our population is really helpful for us. And here are a couple references that I used from the LabVantage website.